So now that I've shown you how the basic lighting features work, what I haven't shown you is the undo button and the erase button. So first of all, let's talk about the undo. So I'm going to draw something here on the house. So I've drawn three things. Every time I click undo, it undoes the last thing I drew from the time I clicked with my mouse and stopped clicking with my mouse and dragging. So I'm going to get undo, and it will undo that one. This time it's going to undo the 2, and it goes back to 1. And when the undo is grayed out, that means there's nothing left to undo. Because I've clicked the OK button to lock in what I've done with the drawing tools here, to take off a light, say on these plants down here, what you could do is go to erase. Because remember, I told you this is really just like a black film over our background picture. So we got to put black back to erase the lighting effect. So I'm going to get a little bit bigger brush here. And now I'll simply click and drag with my mouse. And as you can see, I'm taking the lighting effect off of these plants. Now if I want that to come back, I just click undo and it brings it back. So try to remember, if you ever make a mistake or you want to change something in a picture that you've already done, instead of starting all over again, all you have to do is go back up here to the lighting tool, go back into unerase, and then simply click and drag on any part that you want to redo. Then switch back to draw, and then you can redo the lighting in that area. Now, one of the features I haven't shown you yet is the zoom in and zoom out feature. If you want to zoom in to do some detail work, these are the zoom tools up here. You could click on this icon, which has the plus here, which is zoom in, go down to where you want to zoom in with a magnifying glass, and then just click, and it will zoom into that area. If you'd like to zoom out, just go to the magnifying glass with the minus on it, and it zooms you back out. But there are also keyboard shortcuts. F9 and F10 will also zoom in and out. So I'm going to hold my mouse down over this area here, then press F10 on the keyboard, and it zooms in wherever your mouse is. So zoom back out by pressing F9, and let's say I want to zoom in here at the fern. I just hold my mouse there, press F10, press F10 again and again, and I'm zooming into that area. So when you're drawing or editing, it's really best to use the keyboard shortcuts. So I'm going to go in here now and do some editing on these plants. Let's get a smaller brush. Let's say I want to do some fine work here and just highlight some edges of the flowers. I'll press F10 with the keyboard, and I'll just go in and do my editing. And then press F9 to zoom back out to see how it looks. F10 again to zoom back in. F9 to zoom back out. That's, again, the best way to do it is to memorize F10 and F9. Now, because 10 is a bigger number than 9, it makes the picture bigger. It's how I remember it. F10 makes the picture bigger. F9 is a smaller number. It makes the picture smaller. There's also a feature in the program that allows you to name the lighting fixtures that you'll want to use in an image. Let me show you how it works. First of all, you go up to this icon here, which is the Add Light Name feature. You'll click on it, and it brings up this library of different lighting fixtures. Now, these are actually made by a company called Vista in Southern California. So let's say you find the light that you want to use, and we want to use this spotlight here. You double click on it, and it brings up this information sheet about this particular light. You have its dimensions, its lighting radius, and all this technical stuff that I don't know about. Then you want to add this one to your image. What you do is you click Add, and then you click where you want that light to be, and then you move your mouse to where you want the name to appear. So I want it over here in the driveway, so I click again, and it places the name of the light fixture that would be here. So let's say we want another spotlight on this Australian fern. So we go back here, we'll look for a spotlight. Let's say this time we want to use this one. So we click on it, it gives us the information about that one. We want to add it, so we click Add, and then I'll click here where I want to place it, and I'll put its name anywhere on the screen. So basically what it's going to do is call out the different lighting fixtures that you want for this particular nightlight image. You also have the ability to print out this technical information for this particular light, including the pictures and the diagrams, by clicking on the print command down here. You simply click print, pick the printer you want to print from, and then click OK, and it will print this image. You can also call out the transformers you may want to use. By clicking on this icon here, it brings up the library of transformers. You simply click on the transformer you want to use. Again, it gives you the specs just like the lights. And if you want to use this one, you click Add. Let's close that and just place the name here where you want it. Now if you want to add text to your image, you would go up here to Tools and click on Add Text. Click in this field here, type in the text that you want. Then you would click Font, and this works like all other Windows programs. You'd pick the font that you want to use from the pull-down menu here. You get a preview of it over here. We're going to leave the text as white, change the size, click OK again, and the text appears on the screen. Now you notice that the phone number is missing because I made this text so large. So if that happens to you, all you have to do is click on the handle here of the text and then pull it out, and you can see the phone number is actually there. You can move this text anywhere on the screen by simply clicking and dragging on it. Now I can see I've made this a little too big, so I want to edit this text. I simply right click on it, go back into Font, go back in here to the size and size it back down, click OK, click OK again, and as you can see, my font and text has changed. Now one thing you want to make sure that you do is always save your work. If you want to email this picture to somebody, you're going to save it as a JPEG, or if you want to come back in and edit it later, you'll want to save it as an LND. Again, the file formats are the same as the imaging programs. So let's say we want to save this. If I clicked on the save icon right now, it might overwrite your before picture, because if you have a before picture that's named like this one is, before light image, it will save over that image. So I don't want to do that, so I'm going to go to File and click on Save As. So now I want to save it as an LND, and let's call it, say, Jones Residence After 1. So now I'm going to save it as an LND, so I click Save. And I want to email this to the Joneses so I could show them what their lighting is going to look like. So I'll go File, Save As again, and this time I'm going to change the file format. Let's move this up so you can see it. I'll click on this menu here. I'll go down to JPEG, which is usually a file format. One, it's smaller than an LND to email, and two, everybody can open up a JPEG file. Make sure that the LND is not here so that it saves it as a JPEG, and then click Save. So now I have it saved in both formats.